Luke, I am your father. Sorry, I've finally caught onto the trend of watching Star Wars, and first off, what have I been missing out on? Secondly, he doesn't even say Luke. He literally just says, I am your father. Like my entire life is based on lies after I found that out. Youth culture. Youth culture is how teenagers tend to express themselves and show who they are and how they try to fit in. Whether it be their music preference, the shows they watch, the things they wear, what they say, they all tie in together to become youth culture. I'm filming this outside right now because I'm currently at a family get-together, and recording it inside would be very hectic, so I think outside is our best option. Now, being teenagers, we all do something to express ourselves and show who we are, and I have expressed myself in many different ways in the past few years. And it's safe to say, most of them were pretty cringe. So why don't we take a trip down memory lane and look at my horrible past and show examples of youth culture in my life. This is going to be very embarrassing. 5 years ago, I was a 6th grader. I know, all of you already know that this is going to be bad. It was one of the first times I actually started expressing myself. Because you're in middle school, you don't gotta do what your mom says anymore. Well, you still got to, but you can be yourself a little bit more. So I started to be myself more, and during that time I was into YouTube. Yes, I was a YouTube frantic. I was one of those crazy kids who liked Smosh and Dan and Phil and Tyler Oakley and Markiplier and all those crazy things. And it was interesting, to say at the least. I think I'll just show you. I love this so much.
Guys, look what just came in the mail.
Oh my... Guys, my sweater just came in the mail. Oh my god. I'm gonna go try it on and I'll take a whole bunch of pictures. I'll be back right now. Love you. It was one of the first times I got to be myself, experiment with anything I liked, so yeah, that was my first year of experimenting with myself and seeing who I was. Although it wasn't very cool, it wasn't the worst. Trust me, there was worse. 7th grade came along, and I gotta say, I was pretty proud of myself. I changed completely. I wasn't as annoying as I was in 6th grade. This is the time where I started reading books. That's it. I just read books. That was such a good book. Which book should I read next? I finished the second Divergent book, Insurgent, in 3 hours. That's how crazy I was. I read too much, way too much. That stage wasn't that bad, actually. It was pretty good. I was pretty calm, pretty quiet. I just read all the time. I prefer that stage more than any other stage. Now, the one we all dread, the stage everybody probably has once in their life and hates it forever. My 8th grade year. This was not only my 8th grade year, but it was from 8th grade to around almost the end of freshman year. And if any of you knew me freshman year, you know what's coming. The anime stage. It was my worst stage by far, and I would push it to the back of my memory and pretend it never happened because it was pretty bad. And this is where not only what I watched comes in, but the music I listened to, the things I said, and the things I wore, just everything involving youth culture just collided for this one stage in particular. First things first, I watched anime. That's all I ever watched. I don't think I watched any regular TV shows or movies during that time. I listened to only Japanese songs from anime. As to what I wore strictly anime clothes, just anime t-shirts and shirts that had Japanese that I had no idea what it said. Naruto headband, I had the cloak, I had the kunai. I do have videos of those times, and I'm very much contemplating if I should show them to you, but for the sake of learning, I will show you guys. Nine-tails Jinchuriki is such a pain. Don't kill me, Leader-sama.
Smart Plan protection plans will repair or replace your broken purchases with plans starting at only $2.99. If your coffee maker, vacuum, or microwave.
Yep. That was me. I actually went to stores in that thing and ran around and thought I was so cool. And my next stage. I'm actually still undergoing this, so I can't make as much fun of myself as I have in the other ones, because I would be making fun of my current self, which would kind of hurt. And I'm sure all of you know what I'm gonna say. K-pop. I got into K-pop towards the end of freshman year, and it's lasted up until now, my junior year. So it's my longest ever thing I've been into, which I'm pretty surprised it's lasted this long. Like, I didn't even think it was gonna last this long. Jumping from my very cringy anime stage to K-pop, I was very bad. I would say things like Uni and Oppa and Dongseng and yeah, and I would write sarange all over, everywhere, anywhere I could write something, I would write sarange, 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 which means I love you. And I thought I was so cool. I'm like, oh my god, I know Korean, and I never even tried to learn Korean. And I thought it was really cool, but I wasn't. I was actually very cringe, and it was very annoying how I thought it was cool. It wasn't. But then I started actually trying to learn the language. I've actually held a conversation in Korean with this one lady that sells egg rolls, like around like, I don't even know. She sells egg rolls, and I spoke to her in Korean, and I felt so cool because like I actually held a conversation with someone. So I'm putting it to use for once, and I'm not being as cringe as I used to be. I listen to the music, but that's not the only music I listen to. Everybody thinks I only listen to K-pop, but I don't. I swear I listen to a whole bunch of other musics. My favorite band's actually Led Zeppelin. Trust me, I listen to a lot more music than K-pop. I promise you, K-pop's not the only thing. It never ends. It never ends. It's forever. Forever. Somebody help me. I really am. So yeah, those are just a few in my past 5 years of life. Only 5 years, trust me. I've had princess stages and Hannah Montana stages. I even took a Hannah Montana wig to a movie theater once. Now looking back, I actually expressed myself a lot. That's what youth culture is all about. It makes you express yourself and show different kinds of ways of who you are and how your personality is. So you shouldn't look back and think, oh, I hate that. Just think, oh, that's who I am. That's what made me who I am today. So whether it be your music or what you watch or what you do or what you wear or what you eat or anything, that is youth culture for you. Now I want to hear what all of you guys have done to express yourself, and it's okay. You've seen my horrible times, now let's hear all of yours. So, thank you much for watching my very last ever video I'll make for the psychology class, and thank you for allowing me to make all these interesting videos and putting up with it. Thank you so much.